One confirmed case in Queensland, and the gentleman is deceased. So we now have 7 deaths, and I want to say to the family of the deceased person, we extend our deepest condolences to your family and friends. The man is from Blackwater in central Queensland. He's a 30-year-old man, and the coroner is investigating the death. He was showing symptoms prior to his death, but also had other illnesses that Dr. Young will talk about. He tested positive at the post-mortem, and his partner is now sick with symptoms, and she has been transferred to the Rockhampton hospital, where she is being isolated, and further tests are being done. Blackwater has never had a case of COVID before. Contact tracing is extensively underway. The police and the ambulance officers who attended the scene are also now in quarantine. And Dr. Young can also provide further details of measures being undertaken in Blackwater. If anyone is sick in Queensland, please stay home. Do not go to work. But also too, if you are showing any symptoms, I urge you to go and get tested. There will be fever clinics set up at Blackwater and also at Emerald. And if anyone has any flu-like symptoms, we urge you in these 2 communities to please go and get tested. So once again, we extend our condolences, and it's a timely reminder too for all Queenslanders that this COVID is real, it's out there, and it has impacts on Queenslanders, and in this case we have lost another Queenslander today. So I'll hand over to the Deputy Premier and then Dr. Young, and we're happy to take questions.
Thank you, Premier. The news today is absolutely tragic, and while we are working to finalise all of the facts, we are sharing with you today what we know. Late yesterday afternoon, the Queensland Ambulance Service was called to a home in Blackwater. There they found a man who was deceased. He was later tested for COVID-19, and that test was positive. The paramedics and police officers who attended the scene are now in quarantine, and we thank them for the assistance they provided to this man and his partner. Of course, our thoughts are with a Queensland family that today will be grieving. This does appear to be Queensland's 7th COVID-19 related death. We have deployed a public health expert and additional contact tracing resources from Brisbane to Blackwater today. The case will now be referred to the coroner, and we expect a post-mortem will be conducted. We have set up additional fever clinics that will be ready and operational in Emerald and in Blackwater shortly, and we urge anyone in Queensland, but particularly anyone in Blackwater who is suffering symptoms, to please go and get tested. This message is particularly important for all the blokes out there. I know that men sometimes fob off their illnesses, they don't go and get medical assistance, but it's incredibly important right now that anyone with symptoms goes and gets tested. It appears that this gentleman who has passed away was ill for some time and did not get tested. And so I want anyone in Queensland who is unwell to go and get tested today, please, especially if they're from Blackwater or been in Blackwater. This new additional positive case brings Queensland's total to 1,058, 7 deaths tragically. We now have just 7 active cases. 5 further are now considered to have recovered. We have 4 patients in hospital with COVID-19. One of them is in intensive care and being ventilated. In the last testing period, we tested 3,592. That is a pretty good daily testing level, but we would really hope to see more people going and getting tested, particularly off the back of this news today.